Ian from In 30 Minutes Guides. Today I'm going to talk about solo 401ks. If this video helps, please take a moment to like it and follow me. Let's get started. Solo 401ks have a bunch of different names. They're not very well understood because they're relatively new. They were basically only launched at the beginning of the 2000s, and a lot of people don't know about them because either they're not qualified or they haven't looked into it, or even their accountants don't know about them. And certainly that was the case for me, for my small business, when I told my accountant about I wanted to start a one participant 401k plan. She had no idea what I was talking about. Nobody else had ever come to her for this before. Solo 401ks, and that's the name I'm going to be using for the rest of this video, because that's the term that I've used, and also that's the term that I see in Bogleheads and some other websites. But basically, these are intended for people who run their own business. It could be an S Corp, it can be a C Corp, it can be a sole proprietorship, it can be different types of partnerships and corporations. The Boglehead website actually lays it out very well. But basically, it lets you contribute money to a retirement plan in your name, or if you have a spouse, you can also include the spouse in this particular plan. And it lets you contribute far more money than the old types of kind of individual retirement plans for self-employed people, such as SEP IRAs or simple IRAs. So I really, really like the solo 401k. The IRS explains some of the basic benefits of how it works, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about that. But basically, there's two types of contributions that your company can make. So when I say your company, I'm assuming you run your own business. Maybe it's an LLC, maybe it's a C Corp, maybe it's an S Corp, maybe it's a sole proprietorship. But anyways, let's say that you're the only employee, and the income for your company every year is $100,000, and you're paying yourself $50,000 out of that amount. You can contribute up to 100% of your compensation into the solo 401k, up to the limits that are described on the IRS website. So for 2023, if you're over age 50, you can contribute up to $30,000 as an elective deferral of your own compensation. And furthermore, your employer can also contribute money to it, up to 25% of compensation as defined by the plan. And then the total amounts that you can put into this thing, it's $66,000 for 2023. And that is just a huge amount of money for people who are getting ready to retire, for people who are, Gen Xers in their 40s and 50s, and maybe they're just starting to catch up to their retirement planning. This is a fabulous vehicle for saving money, as long as you have your own company with real income, and it's only you and your spouse. You can't have other employees. So they cannot be included in this particular plan. So we set up one of these plans through one of the providers, and many providers let you do this. On Vanguard, they call them individual 401ks, but it's the same thing. On Fidelity, they call them, what do they call it? Self-employed 401k. And there must be like 5 other names for these things. But if you have your own company, or let's say that you're doing some consulting and it's generating enough money on the side to justify starting a sole proprietorship, or maybe even a very simple corporation, definitely look into this, because this is a great way to save extra money for your retirement. Just as it's Fidelity, there's many different mutual funds and different types of vehicles that you can use to invest your money for retirement, to grow it in these tax deferred accounts. So it's a really, really effective way to save money. One other thing that I should mention about these particular plans, if you have income from, let's say, a regular corporate job, or you have another job someplace else, and you're also contributing to that particular the 401k that's being run through that corporation, you can contribute. You can still use the solo 401k, but there's a limit the total contributions. So the total contributions, you need to be paying attention to this particular number right here, $66,000. So let's say that you're putting away $20,000 through the 401k at your corporate job, and then you're also using the solo 401k. Well, if you're already doing $20,000 through the corporate, through the the big company that's you get a salary from, and you're putting some money, you're taking out some money into your 401k through that particular avenue, then you're limited to a total of $66,000. So that would be $46,000 if you're doing it through your solo 401k. Paying attention to the rules that they have on the IRS webpage about elective deferrals and the employer non-elective contributions. There's other things that you need to be aware of. Definitely check out the IRS website about this. I've also found that Bogleheads, go to bogleheads.org and then search for Solo 401k. You'll come upon their wiki. This is an excellent resource as well. But this is really a very good way to save a lot of money for retirement. It's illegal. It's according to the U.S. tax code. And it's a very good way for people who are small business owners or consultants or people who have a small company, which is just them and their spouse, to save up some money for retirement. If this video helped you out, please take a moment to like it and follow me. Also, if you go to in30minutes.com, that's my publishing company. We have all kinds of books on all kinds of topics, including Social Security, including personal finance, including technology. All of our books are written by experts in their field, and you can check it out at in30minutes.com. Thank you so much for watching.